All right, y'all, watch what you're about to say. Big Brother's watching. This is George Orwell's 1984. 1984 isn't just a book. It's a dystopian gut punch served with a side of government surveillance and psychological warfare. This isn't a book about laser guns or Mad Max car chases. Nope, it's about a world where the government has its boot firmly planted on your face forever, and it's smiling the entire time it's doing it. Our main dude, Winston Smith, is 39 years old. He works a dead-end job at the Ministry of Truth, and his body's falling apart faster than a Dodge Neon with 200,000 miles and no oil changes. His job? He's rewriting history so the government always looks right. Basically, he's the dude in charge of editing old tweets to make Big Brother look like Nostradamus. The government, called the party, runs everything. We're talking North Korea on steroids. There's no freedom, no privacy, and no joy unless it's government mandated. Like government mandated fun day. The party is like if your ex ran the DMV and had control of all media, history books, and your thermostat. So this whole system is being ruled by Big Brother. Not a guy, just a symbol. Think of him as the evil version of the Home Depot's "Let's do this" slogan. He's on every wall, he's on every screen, and he sees everything you're doing. You've got telescreens in your house, which are like two-way TVs that monitor you 24/7. Imagine if your boss, your mother-in-law, and Alexa teamed up to watch you scratch your ass in your living room. That's Big Brother. Here's the kicker. You can't even think bad things. Seriously, there's a whole gang of people called the Thought Police who arrest you for thought crimes. That's right. Thinking about freedom, boobs, or that Big Brother might be full of crap gets you disappeared. It's like getting arrested for daydreaming in math class, but instead of detention, you get tortured until you develop Stockholm Syndrome. All right, y'all, the party is rewriting the English language into Newspeak, and this is pretty much the dumbed down version that eliminates bad thoughts by removing words. So instead of saying things like freedom is good, you'd end up saying things like freedom is double plus ungood. It's like autocorrect, but designed by the devil and the IRS. The party's basically nerfing our vocabulary, so rebellion is grammatically impossible. At this point in the story enters Julia. Julia is the one woman in Oceania who's not made entirely of boiled cabbage and sadness. She's younger than Winston, and she works in the fiction department. But the big deal here is she's down to smash and hates the party. And let's be honest, that's kind of hot. At this point, Winston and Julia start banging in secret, which is pretty much like Cold War Tinder. It's not just sex though, it's rebellion. In this world, the 1984 world, having a good time is illegal unless it produces more party members. So they go full Romeo and Juliet, sneaking around, shacking up in a hidden room above a shop, and sharing illegal chocolate like it's contraband in Call of Duty Gulag Edition. Anyway, this goes on for a while, and Winston thinks he found this bro and this guy named O'Brien. O'Brien is a higher up in the party who kind of hints at and pokes around that there's a secret rebellion called the Brotherhood that he wants Winston and Julia to join. So O'Brien pulls Winston and Julia into this trap and gets them to confess that of all their rebellious ideas and that they're promising to fight back from the party. Plot twist, O'Brien's kind of like that one friend who eggs you on to go fight the bouncer at the bar, but then he calls the cops on you when you start to fight. What a douche. After this confession, Winston and Julia get arrested faster than a meth head in a Walmart parking lot, and they're dragged to the Ministry of Love. Spoiler. It's not loving. And they're tortured until their bones beg for mercy. Winston gets taken to room 101, which is the party's final boss level of psychological warfare. In room 101, you face your worst fears. For Winston, that's rats. So in room 101, they strap a cage of rats to his face and threaten to let them eat through his skull like a bag of Doritos. So what does Winston do? He cracks faster than a bush light at a NASCAR tailgate. He betrays Julia, she betrays him, and their love forever dead. The rebellious spirit crushed. By the end, Winston's not just broken, he's reprogrammed. He literally loves Big Brother. The guy who once fantasized about overthrowing the system now sips victory gin, which kind of tastes like battery acid. He smiles like a lobotomized house cat and watches propaganda with tears of joy. That's right, the party wins. Every time. What's the point of all this? George Orwell basically wrote this as a warning label for authoritarianism. It's not fiction. It's a user manual for how to absolutely dominate a population using fear, control, and psychological beatdowns. It's a world where truth doesn't exist. Privacy is illegal. And if you think too hard, you disappear. Or as modern dudes might say, it's like being permanently shadow banned by reality itself. Final thoughts here. Read it or regret it. 1984 isn't fun. It isn't action-packed, but it'll hit you in the face like a barbed wire pillowcase. It'll make you side-eye your smartphone, question the news, and maybe you'll stop yelling, "I have nothing to hide," anytime surveillance is mentioned. Because the real moral of the story is, if you wait until you're in room 101 to care about freedom, it's already too late. Keep an eye on the government. Till the next one, peace.